Hello, 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 BioTube. Welcome one and all to our live chat about the news that I'm pretty sure you guys all saw just drop. Pretty wild, honestly. I'm looking at the live chat right now. People seem to be talking all about it. So yeah, I mean, if you guys haven't heard, which my video just probably told you that, it has been announced that the potential is just still potential, but closer than ever. Possibility for Bionicle to return back on shelves is now a part of this new Bricklink Lego kind of merger project. It is very much a crowdfunding sort of project, so we're not like getting guaranteed exactly any sets on shelves. However, it is important to note that it's very likely that it could get to that point. Now, a lot of people are saying it's kind of just for Bionicle fans. It's like AFOL and adult fans of Lego to at least cater to the Bionicle side of things. There's very far and few in between. I understand that, but to be honest, it like blew my mind. I want to know. Let's see what you guys are saying, because my mind was blown when I saw this. I believe it was Duckbricks was the first guy I saw on YouTube, at least, that that talked about it. So let me know what you guys are saying in the comments below. We got a bunch of you guys here. This is awesome. What's up, guys? How's it going? Yeah, this is wild, guys. This is something honestly something I didn't think would happen this soon. And it's like I said in the beginning of this video, it's crowdfunding. It's not necessarily like 100% Bionicles back on shelves, whatever, blah blah blah. It's more like, I don't know, it's more just like there's a lot of more potential now, and it's more just telling that Lego in some way is acknowledging that. I mean, again, there were 31. This was a contest that had been going on for a while, but there were 31 that they decided to go along with to have this new sort of idea, where I believe Duckbricks explained it. If you guys have clicked on the link, basically the idea is it is a partnership with Bricklink. Bricklink, if you guys don't know, I'm sure most of you do, it's where you order Bionicle and Lego, mostly Lego, pieces by the piece by just independent people, stores, all across the globe. And I mean, it's just it's an exciting time, and I will say, a lot of people have messaged me being like, hey, like, just, doesn't necessarily mean Bionicle is back, but this is, in my opinion, closer than even the 90th anniversary potential had. Really, it almost, to me, it, like, I sound like a broken record, but it shows to me that Lego is willing to listen and sort of, I don't know, sort of like kind of give a shit, basically, is what I'm saying. It's very small, I think BioTube commented on my video saying, we don't know for sure if this, like, doesn't really mean that Lego stores are, going to be grasping for all these sets, putting them on their shelves. Let's just see what you guys are saying in the live chat real quickly, and then we'll keep on talking about this news. But yeah, again, I was blown away. I was like, I was on the treadmill, actually. I was working out, and I saw Duckbricks upload a video, because I really respect his YouTube channel. He's pretty great, and he's just like, yeah, so gathered friends, he opens it up. We'll listen again. It sounds like we have a chance in some ways. And obviously, the crowdfunding, what it means, if you guys don't know, is we all, June 1st, I think it is, we show the support. I can assume that they're going to give an idea of the amount of piece count and the general price it would be, and we crowdfund it, so that way it gets shipped out to, like, AFOLs, adult fans of Legos like us, first. But there's still a possibility that, like any Lego Ideas projects, this could go on to the phase of being put on shelves. Ideally, like I said in my video, and it's something that I've been saying for a while now, if Bionicle were to come back in a large way, even larger than this news that just broke today, I do think it would have to incorporate some sort of system, because that's just what sells now. That's what the Lego brand is more than ever now, very stuck to having a look and having a, an identity. And, construction and CCBS systems were going down in sales because, it just doesn't look or feel totally like Lego, the Lego that people love and know. So that's what I kind of tried to explain in my video. Let's see what everyone is saying in the chat. Alpha Maximus is here. HQ Bacon. Yeah, this isn't the anniversary build. If Bionicle was chosen for like the 90th, which now actually after this I'm thinking it's even more unlikely, because Lego probably knows something and they're like, you know, this partnership we're doing with Bricklink, maybe we'll give them that little splash. 1 out of 31 ideas is Bionicle, you know, so we'll see, we'll see. Yoda says, I miss playing with the Baraki back in the day. Biotube says, Yoda, you need a soda. Paraka Avok, good to see you. Greetings. How's it going, Bioscrawl? Tiberius. Dracopire, good to see you. Alright, Yoshi Dude, good to see you. Man in Black. C Moss, good to see you. You guys are talking about some of your favorite years. I'm seeing 2001, 2007, 2008. Yeah, Voyanui, 2006. Yeah, I feel like that was when a lot of fans jumped onto the train, and a lot of the people that listened to my show and like watched my old Legomation videos were now people are saying Stars is the best, Stars is the best. This is hilarious. Epic Adventure 6652, how's it going? Thanks for joining the chat. CMOS. Gardas was the mutated Matoran. You guys are talking the combo of the stars. Man in Black, how's it going? So yeah, 23 people here. Hell yeah. So, holy shit. Sakota is here. Oh my god. See, I'm way behind on the chat. Hi, just saw the live stream. Wanted to say hi real quick before I have to sleep. Super happy to see all the excitement for the program. Was honestly a bit nervous how the community would react. Dude, that's awesome. Just so you know, we're reacting pretty much in favor. So, Epic Adventures, I have amazing content coming soon. Sub Zach, you're awesome. We care for you. Draco Pyre says, I really want to one day own 2 to 3 or maybe 4 of the sets, as to make the set combined versions from the assembly books. One for just parts and the 4th would be cool ideas. Color Nuva, how's it going? You're in the chat. Yeah, you guys started messaging so quickly. This is like the quickest any of my chats has ever blown up to. Tiberius says the 20th anniversary set is nice and all. I'll be happy to break my account to crowdfund a line of canister sets, right? We all would be, but I think this is what we're going to get. Bionabot 7234, been a while, I haven't seen you in a bit. Says, amazing advancements. I found a loving girlfriend who likes my Bionicle collection. Dude, and that was me, 9 years ago actually today. Fun fact. Is when I met my ex, but back in high school. And I, like, the first week or two of dating her, I had to say, yo, no, I'm going to show you something. I walked downstairs and I opened up the, like, kind of like chill area. It's like our, like, basically play area in the basement that was like really decked out with the nice carpet that you guys have seen in the videos and just Legos everywhere. I like turned around the corner and was like, this is my collection of Bionicle. These are toys I like. She had no problem with it, honestly. Definitely was a good relationship for a while it lasted. Someone that like thought it was cool, if anything, that I had this collection, and liked to listen to me talk about it and everything. I'll be honest, I didn't delve too into it with her, but that's just like such a funny thing to talk about. Epic Adventures, my favorite Bionicle character was Liwa. That's awesome. Yeah, a lot of people love Liwa. Toda Guard Cat, damn, that tank top is smexy. Yeah, this is actually, if you guys can't tell, this is a Daft Punk tank top. R.I.P., they recently just broke up. But yeah, this is it's both the guys from Daft Punk, I loved their music growing up, and I got this when I was like in Israel, actually. Pretty funny story. Epic Adventures said, Zach, make reviews. Biotube, Mindstorms is based. Please, can you shout me out, please? Epic Adventure 652 or 6652. I'm shouting you out right now. To the Guard Cat. Haven't seen CCBS on shelves since 2017, I think. Did we just get over talking about Bionicle as a system theme? I mean, no, I'm just starting the conversation. I was just spending the first 2-3 minutes of this stream going over my general thoughts. If you guys don't see, it looks like Sakota, the guy who designed this Lego set that they're looking at for Bionicle, was on this chat earlier for a second. I wish he could have heard me shout him out, but no worries, no worries. I'm sure he'll rewatch it later or something. Let's see what else people say in the chat. Crispid Raptor Studios, is Bionicle back yet? No, not yet. Not yet. Epic Adventures, if I had the money, I would become a patron. I love Pharrell Williams. I love Rod Stewart, though. R.I.P. Daft Punk. Everyone's saying R.I.P. Daft Punk. Kyler Nuva. Bioscrowl. R.I.P. Daft Punk. For me, it's hard to introduce my girlfriend to Bionicle because you lose so much of the intrigue if you reveal everything from the get-go rather than letting the mystery unfold. Yeah, but I think also, fortunately and unfortunately, you kind of just have to let people know what it was all about from the get-go. That is interesting. Like if Bionicle was rebooted, it'd be very easy for new kids, new audiences to just get spoiled. I'm trying to think about that. Like, how would you explain? Yeah, I don't know. That's an interesting one, honestly. I feel like, it's you can still do it. I just think like it would be a bit of a spoiler that anyone would probably find out. You just Google Bionicle and you research it. But I mean, there are reveals in like the Transformers series and in comic books that happen, and then they just do it again. I mean, look at like the MCU. People, didn't know all the things that like the Infinity Gauntlet did. General audiences, even though you could totally find out, it was still like intriguing to watch. All right, who else is talking in the chat? Let's see. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that video. I just made it really quickly, 3 minutes. I was on the treadmill running, and I look at my phone, and Duckbricks has uploaded a video that says Bionicle is back. And now I'm like, come on. But like, I don't fall for things very easily. So I watched it, and I was like, well, here we go, And so I immediately jumped off mid-workout, like sent down my smoothie. I actually haven't even had any water yet. I should do that. Went right into the video. Literally went right into it, did my research, filmed it, watched some other people's reports on it. I knew I had to put it out quick because that's kind of how YouTube works. You kind of got to get there first. As more people are joining the chat, I do want to also just make sure everyone is aware. This isn't necessarily a new set that's going to be on shelves, but it is a set that is an option for us to support and crowdfund. And through Bricklink, it's something that we could, do ourselves. It's obviously expensive to buy piece by piece, but if you go to Rebrickable and you get the instructions, I mean, I'm looking at the set as is. If you guys haven't seen it yet, it looks great. And it's like this 3-sided like story, the Legend of Bionicle, with like miniatures, a little Machinui robot too, and. I don't think it would cost more than a couple $100 for us to create it with Rebrickable and Bricklink and buy ourselves and review it ourselves, and it's just kind of our thing, I think that's the generally least exciting case scenario for us. Is that's generally what I think is going to happen. All right, more people are typing in. Let me get to it. Yoshi Dude says editing videos might not talk a lot. No worries. Chris Raptor says, damn it, all right, then I'm going back into cryo sleep. Wake me up when Bionicle's back. Biotube says, Bionicle as a system theme exists. It's called Ninjago, and another would be redundant. Yeah, but, I mean, not exactly, dude. Like, here's the thing. Like, we have Monkey Kid now, and we have all these other... We had Chima for a while. I don't necessarily think... I mean, there's no reason to be, like, doubtful. Like, because... The general idea of robots in an island and elemental powers and mask powers is still not extremely similar to Ninjago. I agree in some ways they aren't too dissimilar. Greg Farshey works on Ninjago, but I could totally see it working. Again, it just has to have that mystery and suspense and that sort of like discovering on your own. That's what I think made Bionicle so huge back in the day, was because it was like uncovering a mystery every time you were on the Bionicle website, or you played Multimedia online game, or you were reading the comics even, or building them. It was oftentimes, I think, just a sort of, a sort of like intriguing adventure for kids to go on and figure stuff out. They weren't like handed on a plate everything that was Bionicle. It took a while to find out what it's all about. Let me see if I can bring this mic closer to me, because I feel like I'm not getting the best sound. Maybe I am. Let me know in the chat. Have you guys been able to hear me pretty well this whole time? Let's see. Luis Ramirez, good to see you, says, kind of bummed that there isn't a Blu-ray release of Legend Reborn, but I'm sure we could probably someone will do a 4K of it. They've been doing that. Someone on YouTube has been doing that for a lot of the original trilogy, and it's not looking too bad. Daler99, good to see you. Says, I just tuned in, so I don't know if this has yet to be discussed, but I had a quick conversation with Sakota today about his updates on the project. Yeah, and he was just here earlier in the chat, right when I started. Kyler Neva 135, Legend Born on Blu-ray would be cursed. Epic Adventure says, my favorite Transformer was Sentinel Prime. That is a good one. Daler99 Production says, he redesigned Motoro to be built out of bricks as opposed to a minifigure. Yeah, I mean, again, I think that's kind of the only hope we have for Bionicle on shelves, is that it has to include a remade of system, and that's going to alienate a lot of us old generation fans in a way, but I think you kind of have to embrace it. As long as the story is being told and it's being done in a true way. And I mean, you can still incorporate masks and a little bit of Technic, a little bit of construction within, regular system, and I think it could work. Bionabot7234, good to see you. He says, it's official. I may be the first to make this discovery. You can own a Bionicle collection. Now hear me out. You can get laid too. Taylor99 Productions. There is no printing allowed, so the Machinui and Makuta robots won't have printing, but he's trying to make a sticker sheet to be included. Yeah. This is the one time I'd be like, stickers, fine. I'll do it. And I'll be very careful with the placement of each one. Daler99 also says, if not, the sticker sheet will be a downloadable file. Not the worst. Tiberius says, lol, Bionabot. Biotube, yeah, I really need to get back to selling my Bionicle collection. Epic Adventure says, Lego has done good, but has messed up Bionicle. They did it good this year with Ninjago. The first wave was awesome. Chima is amazing, man. Yeah, one of my favorite continuities is Lego Legends of LOL. LOL. Kyler Neva says no one. Christopher Hodge, good to see you. Says, I loved the first generation of Bionicle. Second generation wasn't interesting to me. It just didn't feel like Bionicle. I agree. And if you heard me just a minute or two ago explain why, I think at the end of the day, it's that mystery and that kind of like deep lore that was missing in the new continuation. And just like almost too much CCBS, like, I want to be careful with my words here, but like, because I don't mind CCBS as a tool, but the too many colors and like random bits that didn't work visually, like the visuals and the sounds of Bionicle G1 were what I think definitely brought it to a lot of success as well, and G2 is definitely missing that. Let's see. Daler99 says, also, where do you get your Huna? Lol. I got it on, I think it's Masks of Power on Etsy. If you go to my live stream from a week or two ago, I think it was about 2 weeks, I talk about my life-size Kanoe Huna, and I put the link in that bio to go to, Etsy, and a guy 3D prints foam with a hard shell on the outside, Kanoe masks. I think he does most of the original 12, and then he does a couple from G2 and a couple of other ones. I think he's done Ikimu's mask as well. Definitely go check that out. Masks of Power, think, or something on Etsy. It's definitely worth a look. Everyone says, yes, I can hear you perfectly. Tiberius, I agree that the mystery and atmosphere is what made Bionicle popular. Yeah, it is. That's true. Minifig Motoro is better, but I'll take what I can get, says Yoshi Dude. Tiberius, the truth is I'll spend money on anything Bionicle just to support it, right? Kyler Nuva agrees. Epic Adventures loved Hero Factory. William Chen, hi, I've just joined. William Chen, good to see you. Epic Adventures says, Breeze is my favorite hero. Yoda, G2 was too shallow story-wise. I agree. Bioscrowl, no matter how different Bionicle may be, I'll still get my investment, right? Toad Guard Cat, I wouldn't mind System Bionicle. What I really want besides the story is the unique aesthetics of Pistons. Pistons everywhere. That was missing from G2. I agree. Yoshi Dude, Chima is my favorite system theme. Christopher Hogue says, who were your favorite Bionicle villain organization? Brotherhood of Makuta. I think the Baraki are actually interesting. These like warlords. So I actually might say Baraki when I think about it. Daler99 says, IDK, I really enjoyed G2's sets. And that's fine, man. The incorporation of functions and posability was amazing. I agree there. And gear function even. I think there are a lot of good things about G2. I want to make a whole video talking about the pros and cons. Everything right with and everything wrong with, in my opinion. And the posability definitely and playability was great. Bombastic Brody just says, I just found 2 character image renders of the Mask of Light on archives for old Walt Disney Pictures web game. Oh, interesting. They are character pod images of Onua and Takua. That's cool. Epic Adventures says the atmosphere of Bionicle has always been a success. Yes. Daily 99. Although the sounds of G1, especially O1 through O4, were spectacular. They were. Bombastic Brody, the rest is lost, as in their files are lost media. Luis Ramirez, there was no music at all for G2 as well. I agree. Carnuva says some of my favorite system themes were on LEGO Ideas picks. Adventures, Rock Raiders, Alpha Team. This is true. Epic Adventures, Minor the Paraka, Postnod Ognom, good to see you. Yo, yo, Paraka. Bioscrawl, yo, yo, Paraka. The beast on the move, nothing you could do. Bionabot, world. Oh, here he goes. Sorry, I didn't read the first part. I find that media with zero dialogue, or if you're reading a book online or playing FPS, you feel immersed more than anything else. And the reason Bionicle snagged me and made me so interested was the world. 100% I agree. Bionabot, world, yeah. But Tiberius says, I want to write a Baraki prequel fanfic. Go ahead. Riptor Studios, is it back now? Is it back now? Like in the amount of time that I've been live streaming? I don't know. I don't think so. Bionabot. Kyler Nuva says the Valkies are the best villains. He's joking because last night we talked about how they were probably the worst. Paraka. Christopher Hogue says the Brotherhood of Makuta is my favorite villain organization too. I also love the Borak and Borak Va, even though they weren't really evil. True. I loved Makuta, says Epic Adventure 6652. Cool. So where are we at right now? Nice. 22 people. So yeah, I've been giving my general thoughts. I hope you guys enjoyed watching the video that I uploaded today. Now it's I'm going to hopefully start filming Bionicle meme review tomorrow, and because I really want to put a lot of effort into that. It's going to take a lot of work. I think a lot of editing. Just today alone, I was like, I told you, I was on the treadmill. I saw that Duckbricks uploaded a video, said Bionicle is back in 2021. It's coming back. Well, so I was like, oh, jumped off the treadmill, grabbed my smoothie, just chugged it down and went to my laptop and started pumping this out. Set up my camera. But that was a whole deal. And so for going on for about 6 hours now, that's what I've been doing. So tomorrow I hope I can get together my camera and everything so that way I can film Bionicle meme review. It's going to be really funny. I'm going to like literally copy the way, like it's almost like it's just making fun of how like meme review and like the way PewDiePie does it, but with Bionicle. I think it'd be fun. I don't know. You know, it's a parody, you know? That stuff if done right. And I don't know, are we back? That's the first time that's happened. OBS is says it's working. Yeah. Audio is out, my friend. Crap, your audio is out. You're out. Okay, is audio still out? Tell me now. Oh no. Fixed. Okay, we're back. I don't know what happened there. I really should set up like a really nice streaming situation. It's just super hard because even though I have a big room, I'm splitting a house with a bunch of roommates, so it's kind of hard to. I feel like I've streamed in 3 different places here, my room, and my roommate's room, just because of like how crazy it all is. All right, I cannot hear anything. Can't hear anything. Everyone says, "Is the mic off? Are you cutting out?" Oh, oh, oh. Rotuka never could figure out the squids. I agree. I saw something wrong with my headphone. Okay. Let's see if we fixed it. 20 watching now. Oh no, everyone was tuning out because of the issues. Okay. Christopher Hogue says, Rotuka, they were awesome. I could never figure out how to use squid launchers properly. Yeah, they were definitely tough. They're definitely a difficult sort of thing to use. Bioscrawl, the audio's good now. It's working. Tiberius, in a dream world, what sort of media would you want Bionicle to return in? 3D, 2D, or film or television, video game? Video game would be great. Video game would be great. I think 2D animation, like I said, there's a Bionicle video I want to make, like if Bionicle was animated kind of like an anime, basically. 2D, really interesting, artistic vision, all that stuff. Doesn't need to be in 3D. Even though I've heard now, like, just from research that, like, 3D is technically easier. But I would want probably 2D animations, and honestly, it'd be great to just do a 2D video game. Probably definitely a little cheaper, but if we wanted to do 3D, that would also be epic. If the assets are there, it's really expensive. But I think a video game and a 2D animated series could work if done right. Dracopire says 3D, if not 2.5D, television and video game. William Chen, what's your favorite Toa? Tahu, simple, I know, basic, but Tahu and probably Matoro. Next up. What's your favorite element? Fire, 100%. That's just how I like it. If not fire, then probably wind. Lewa would be up next. CMOS, there should be a Bionicle anime. I think there should, dude. Like, it could work that way. It feels like one sometimes, the way they constantly morph and transform and all of the history and the lore that gets deeper, during the second half of the series. Because a lot like Attack on Titan, an anime that's running now, the first half of the show, of the series, there's a lot of mystery, and then the second half is a lot of backstory on the other factions, the other people, the other villages, and it's like a lot of anime kind of copies that route where you play one side and they play the other at the end. I think Bionicle would be perfect for that. Kyler Nuva, we have a 2D video game called Multimedia Online Game. Yeah, I know, but it'd be great to do another one as well. I think like they could one up that game if they copied it to a T, but then just double, quadruple down on storytelling, and the places you could go and the amount of adventuring you could do. In a way, what some of Multimedia Online Game 2 had, but with still more cutscenes and more story, and not as much of a fetch quest as much as like upgrading could be. Because I think like fetch quest, going around and gathering materials is like, fine, but it has to like, one up the next and kind of keep, you get it along your journey as well. We'll see. I think that would be awesome, but, that's not what we're here to talk about. We're here to talk about Bionicle 2021. It's back. Thick Frog says Bionicle anime. Onua glares at me intensely as I say fire. Yeah. I mean, dude, if I could have gotten Tahu, of course, I would have him right here. But if I could have gotten his mask, but this was the only Kanoe I found that was big and, for fun online, I was like, whatever, screw it, let me buy it. Let's see. For a series, they could follow the old books and make some of their own story along with them to fill in things. I agree. That is how I think they should do it, for sure. Thick Frog. The first Bionicle opening would be, what? Renai Sickle? What? I don't know. Kisaraj, Yoda, my favorite element is shadow. I believe embracing the darkness, using it for good. DXL the Poet 429. I finally made it. No worries, man. We'll be here for a little bit longer. I think I've been going for about a little over an hour, but I've been explaining everything pretty well, I think, for the most part. We're talking about how I just found out that Bionicle was coming back, and it was nuts, and I literally got off, stopped doing what I was doing, dropped everything, and put out that video for you guys. Yoshi Dude says, after finishing The Last Airbender, I would love a Bionicle TV show in that vein. Exactly. Kind of exactly what I'm thinking. I think like that would be perfect, right? Yeah, I agree. Draco Pryor says Fave Toa was Vakama and element would be magnetism. that is one that oftentimes a lot of people enjoy. They definitely like that. So, I mean, yeah, Bionicle 2021, what's up, guys? I mean, what do you think? Obviously, I would be there to buy whatever came out on shelves. As I've been stating throughout this stream, I do want to make it clear that this is an idea. This is a partnership with Bricklink, and it's going to require crowdfunding, and this doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be like on shelves. What this does mean is it means basically we have the ability to crowdfund it and buy it in sort of a rebrickable through Bricklink way. And it'll be shipped November 1st. But if it gets enough support and like all of us hash out the money, because now it's literally going to come down to a money thing when it comes to crowdfunding, which I know it's like tough because these have been hard times and everything. But do think about it. Maybe start putting in, start like some savings for this Bionicle, crowdfunding project for Sakota and how it goes, and hopefully he really figures it all out, because it'd be awesome for all of us to just be able to purchase one that way, and I would review it, of course, that would be awesome. So yeah, that's just another explanation. As I know in the video I very much hint at and like express like my want to have it result in Lego Bionicle being on stores. Very much possible still. But we have to vote with our wallets. That's what people say in the movie industry. It's like, you don't show up to the movies that, you're complaining we're not getting enough of. Well, then that's why we're not getting enough, is because you have to show your support. And that's what it comes down to. I needed some water, some San Pellegrino sparkling water. I'm just like, my throat already, Filming the video took like 2 hours at least because I had to get it all right, Then you cut it down to 3 minutes. It's nuts. 25 viewers. How's it going? So if you haven't heard, yes, the news is Bionicle 2021, a bigger possibility now than ever. But it is a partnership with Bricklink and Lego. And I don't want to say worst case scenario. The least exciting case scenario is that we get to be able to buy this set through Bricklink, through the instructions, the whatever it is that Sakota will have to make. And just to see that overwhelming support will still be enough for me, at least. So yeah, and I mean, I'm pretty sure, correct me if I'm wrong, but like the designs that were now chosen that are on the article in this description and the video I posted description, that article will essentially explain to you that there were 31 that were chosen, and one of those was Bionicle. And so these are ideas, these are projects that have been around for a long time too. It's not like this is all brand new. It's just fascinating to me, Lego's still very much involved. And so I'm wondering like how much say do they really have in this? And was it exactly like their intent to, because they saw how not just YouTube, but everywhere online, it's been stirring up discussion, Bionicle 2021. I'm just interested if that's exactly how it's been working out. Like how much Lego is really involved in this. I don't know. That's interesting to me. Thick Frog, is Takanu's ability white privilege? You're funny. That's like a meme right there. Dracopire Faith Toes Vakama, element would be magnetism. Seamoss says, do you think Bionicle should do what Demon Slayer does where there are new seasons and movies? There's seasons and movies. I mean, I'd love it, obviously. I don't exactly know what they should do, though, right? But what I would like, Epic Adventures. Lego needs to get true again with Bionicle. Who here agrees with me? I agree. Dracopire says they could do an open world game with new islands that they could add into the world, expand ways to play, and start. You would be a Matoran element and you choose, and fulfilling, you become a Toa and Turaga. Yeah, right? Wouldn't that be awesome? You go through all 3 stages of like the Bionicle growth, from Matoran to Toa to Turaga, or maybe you go from Matoran to Toa to Dark Hunter accidentally. Like there are other ways, other paths you could go down. I think that would be actually pretty fascinating to have that kind of like online video game for Bionicle. Would be a really interesting way to explore the lore and get people involved and interested as well. I totally agree. 26 viewers. What's up, guys? For everyone just tuning in, we are talking at everything Bionicle 2021, this new not rumored, I guess it's pretty much official set that we can support and build ourselves. Might not necessarily result in something ending on shelves, but the point is people are kind of giving a crap now, and I think Lego is just hinting at that. Let's see. What are people saying? The Enchilada says, I'd prefer the 90th anniversary. Okay. Over the Bricklink set, but I'll take what I can. I do too, because 90th anniversary does legit mean it's going to be in the Lego magazine. It's going to be in Lego stores. It's going to be in Walmart's, Toys R Us's, all of that. I want that too, of course. But as you say, I'm just not really a big fan of the diorama, though a Motoro figure would be sick. I feel. Dioramas, I also have like a mixed relationship with, but sometimes they work and sometimes they're really cool. So I'd say don't worry just yet. I mean, it's obviously, yeah, 90th anniversary would have been a little better, but we'll see. As I also said, this Brickling set gets enough support and like reaches an interesting level. Sometimes these ideas do result in sets on shelves or like the bringing back of like a couple Bionicle sets a year. I mean, what if within the Lego magazine or Lego catalog, it was just like 2 sets a year, 2 or 3 sets a year of like a Bionicle theme? I think that would be interesting enough and make enough money and keep enough interest out there. But obviously, Lego would only really do that if they had a multimedia project to add to it. That's whether that's a show, a video game, books, comics, all that stuff. They'd still want to be able to do that because that's what they're doing with Monkey Kid. That's what they've been doing with Ninjago for a while. So they'd want to still follow that template for sure. What masks do you want the most? Mask of Life would love to see a return. Mask of Light. I think the Mask of Time would be great. The Mask of Shadows again. Use it for good. Yeah. CMOS. I wish I had the Olmec. Nick Cheng. I really do miss the old Bionicle. Good to see you, man. Nick Cheng. I really do miss Bionicle, man. Mr. Trip Dub. Bionicle needs a TV show for real. And they tried to do one on Netflix, but it was in 3D and it was G2 Wave 2 and it just did not look good. Wasn't great. Wasn't amazing. Christopher Hogue says, what about what Krana you would want? What Krana? I don't know. If there's one of them that like gave the magnetism powers to that one Borak call, I would say that because that just seems like an epic power to have. Toa of lamp oil, rope, and bombs. Bioscrowl, pretty funny. Nick Cheng, I really wish I didn't miss out on getting Mari sets back then. True. Mr. Trib Dub, it's got a great story. DXL the Poet says, if Lego really wants to bring back Bionicle, they just need to put pure effort into it like before. That was one of the problems before that led to its downfall. No effort. Epic Adventures, I would choose to be Jungle or Thunder. Willie Spark, good to see you, man. How's it going? Says, honestly, when Ninjago eventually ends, I want it to be the endgame style crossover with the lines that tried to replace Ninjago, except Chima as much as Nexo Knights and Hidden Side. What do you think? I could see that for sure. Christopher Hogue, I never understood how jungle could be an element. Thick Frog, if they bring back the original Toamata, I will break into the store and start eating them. Epic Adventures, the new plot, I believe, would be cool if I were to say, I think that they should bring back Bionicle and do more Matoran and Borak again and make it all a G2 or G3. Oh, and make the Toa come back. Yeah. Drake Pyre, I'd be willing to even sell all new sets with the original style Bionicle builds, but new characters in different situations. I hear that. But like I said, I do think if Bionicle were to come back, it would need to be system included. Something that gave it a look that people would still understand it's Lego. Because you'd be surprised, man. Like, just having the Lego logo on your product doesn't necessarily mean it's going to sell, unfortunately. And it has to look like Lego, and the brand has to be very much present, and that's a big thing. Bioscroll says, yeah, control over jungle would pretty much be control of all plant life. Yeah, I can agree. Epic Adventures and Stop the Villains. Diego Cepeda says, wait, Bionicle is coming back? It sounds like it in a certain way that definitely consumers like us can bring it back. Bionicle G3, Bionicle Factory. Oh, CMOS. Don't hurt me. Yoda, what's the strongest element? I mean, I don't even know. Earth is pretty nuts, though, I will say. Tiberius, Codius, I would be totally cool with getting 1 or 2 Bionicle sets a year. Me too. Epic Adventures, I believe that Thunder and Jungle would be pretty powerful. Dr. Beck, good to see you, man. Long time no see. Diego, life is the strongest element. If you count it as an element, it's more of a mask power. Kranavu for me, says Jacob Pryor. The Enchilada says, did they get actual voice actors for the 2016 show? Because the way I'm imagining it, it's only the narrator. I don't know. I think they had a couple different ones for the 3D show on Netflix. Mr. Trip Dub says, I'd love to see a Netflix production of G1 Bionicle that starts with the Toa Metro storyline. Interesting. That's interesting. 30 viewers. What's up, guys? Welcome to the chat. We are talking everything Bionicle 2021, the rumors, our speculation, what actually could happen. It sounds to me more than ever, more than the 90th anniversary set. This is actually potential for us Bionicle fans and Lego fans who want to purchase a display like this to support Sakota and crowdfund his Bricklink set, which is in partnership with Lego. to potentially sell down the line, and I think could result in Bionicle back on shelves again. But if not, this is the closest we're going to get. And to see Lego work with Bricklink in a way that shows interest in the fact that they are acknowledging Bionicle fans and acknowledging the history and the importance of this 20th anniversary, because that's the thing, is Lego looked at this through the Bricklink and Lego Ideas and saw that it was highly upvoted and people were kind of standing behind it. And generally they saw that its title is in celebration of the 20th anniversary. You know, they want to put this set out there. So it's interesting. It makes a lot of sense. It's something we haven't really seen before with Bionicle since even like G1, because G2, you know, it wasn't like there were fan ideas that pushed it to fruition. They wanted to give it another shot. Well, this is honestly a little more interesting than that. And I got done with what I was doing. I dropped everything when I saw this news hit, and I like immediately went to my camera, set up the backdrop, and was like, let's shoot this now, because you have to get these videos out there sooner than later, because news breaks and the first people to crack the story, you know, do well. So yeah, that's been my day so far. How about yours, guys? Epic Adventures, the plot would be cool and I could do more reviews and my channel can grow. I'd want the Krana Sue or whatever. Thick Frog says maybe make characters who don't have canon models, like Anona. Jacob Pyre says Sue is enhanced strength. Toa Netrus, good to see you, man. Restoring Bar Magna is a great starting point for new Bionicle generation, and every single fan project shows Lego that reviving those series makes perfect sense. That'd be interesting. I've always thought to just start from the beginning, like literally just reboot the story. Not exactly reboot, but just tell the same story again, almost is kind of what I would want. But then again, you know, they could start with Bear Magna and Spherus Magna being put back together, and I think that would still work, you know. There's definitely a way that would work. I think it's very possible. Epic Adventures, Bionicle won the nominee of 2021. What do you mean? And will make a return to Lego community and will be a huge impact on Lego. Maybe if you're talking about the 90th anniversary set, it made the first round, you know. Unlikely it made the second round, but whatever the results were, I think this is essentially Lego acknowledging that they see that there's generally an overwhelming amount of support from the community of Bionicle at large, not so much just Lego in general. I don't know, that's my opinion. It's definitely what I think is going on here. What do you guys think? Tributon, good to see you, man, says, if Bionicle were to come back, I would like plenty of Greeble on the parts, yet still have them as modular as CCBS. I agree. That's actually a good way to put it, Tributon, because yeah, I think some greebling would give it that Lego look and that people are aware of. You know, you have studs showing that say Lego. Here's another thing. Those studs say Lego on it. And I mean, as much as you might not notice it, subconsciously your brain does. And that's what I think is a big thing for Lego in their marketing. Especially if we want it to be successful. Tributon says Technic essentially. Yeah, exactly. Enchilada says, I've seen some nice mocks, brick-built Bionicles on Reddit. It can definitely be done and look good. But if they do that, I think they should still make the masks custom pieces. I agree. Yoshi Dude says, is it possible for a reboot of anything to have mystery? Right, I do agree. Gary Gastopoulos says, I'm not strong enough to see this be destroyed by a typewriter again. Christopher Hug says, here's a question. If you could have any Rockshi serve you, what would it be? Any Rockshi serve me? Serve me? I don't know. I like the red Rockshi and the blue Rockshi and the green Rockshi the most. Oh, but I also like the white Rockshi. Oh, big whoop. You didn't like the brown and the black one? I don't know. Honestly, I think, I don't know what you're trying to say here. If you want a Rockshi to serve me, probably 2-Rock, right? Or is that the red Rockshi? Probably that, because it was my favorite. I liked the red characters. Bioscrawl, reboots could have mystery. There just needs to be something very engaging from the start. I agree. That's what Bioscrawl says. Epic Adventures, G3 would be the new Bionicle because it's coming back again. Interesting. Bioscrawl, which is something Bionicle G2 kind of didn't have. They won't reboot it because that would ruin the Bionicle story as a whole. Dr. Beck, what month will Lego release Bionicle sets? If they release this set and they release it through Bricklink, November is what they're looking at. Epic Adventures, yes, I'm talking about the 90th anniversary. CMOS, I want an army of Heat Vision Rockshi. Epic Adventures, I agree, Zach, yeah. Thick Frog, let's make sure lime joints don't break. Christopher Hogue, I'd rather want the Hunger Rakshi. Tributon, glad to be here. Glad you're here, man. Epic Adventures says Technic-based Bionicle is amazing and succeeds always. I agree. Dr. Beck, is it possible to play with Bionicle without getting the joints getting loose? It is. It just takes ingenuity. Then Shalata says, ugh, don't remind me of the typewriter. What are we talking about? What is the typewriter thing again? Epic Adventures says they should mix Technic based with Bionicle CCBS. Obviously, I do think that would be awesome. That's kind of what I'm saying. What do you think, Zach? Question mark. Yeah, Epic Adventures. I've been saying it. I sound like a broken record, but I think the way Tributon said it earlier is kind of how to do it, where there's plenty of greeble parts on the sets, and yet they still have that modular, that like articulation that CCBS can provide if done right. It's definitely it's a technique. Listen to that. It works if done right. Dracopire, probably a light purple Rakshi, as it would have mind reading. Source Film Music, Christy says, isn't Bionicle on the list of some promo thing for Lego's birthday? Yes, it was. Bionicle was one of the options in Lego's 90th anniversary competition, where they're going to, at the end of 2021, or I think it's 2022, so a year from now, release the 90th anniversary Lego set, and it'll be an old, classic theme that a lot of fans of all ages, especially, from the, I'd say, 80s to or early 2000s, and it won the first vote because the vote was very much split up on a bunch of different themes. But the second round, a lot of themes compiled together, and I just don't see any way, unless some like big influencer out there that I didn't see talked about it and got like hundreds of thousands of people to create Lego accounts and vote for it. I don't necessarily see it winning. So I think this is the next best thing. To answer your question, Source Film Music. Yoshi dude, you didn't notice it, but your brain did. Yeah, that was actually a Mr. Plinkett reference. So exactly what I'm saying. Lego, might not notice it, but you look at these sets in the boxes. Even if you look at the picture, you zoom in, you can still see that the etching of Lego's logo on every single brick is present. And again, you'd just be surprised how from far away you might not be able to read that it says Lego, but just that little mark, it says a lot. And like I said, subconsciously your brain notices that stuff, and it's the reason why Lego wants to stay true to that sort of look and that emphasis, because I don't know, I'm trying to essentially just explain, it sells well. It's the branding. That's what Lego wants to see. And just general CCBS construction sets don't have that necessarily. At least it's not as easily viewable on it. So that's a big part of, if it came back, what they would need to do. Toa Netris says, Bionicle G3 could start a few years after defeating Velika. Later, someone with Greg's plan would fill the gap, the story between G1 and G3 with a new book and new Bio fans. There should be legacy book series. I agree. I can see both sides. Like I said, I think there's a good argument for both. Personally, I think they'd have to reboot or start from the beginning, which is crazy because they already just tried to do that with G2. But they also took out so much lore and character names. Matoran aren't there. Matanui isn't there. It was why? That was just such a weird decision for me. But yeah. Bionicle 3, Reign of the Lime Joints, says Bioscral. Hilarious. Dr. Beck, what other Lego theme do you like besides Bionicle? I like Creator, not necessarily Lego City, but the Lego modular buildings I'm a big fan of, and then Lego Star Wars, of course. And if they brought Lego Lord of the Rings back, I'd be all in. But those are pretty much it. I don't really collect Ninjago, Chima. Monkey Kid looks cool, but it's just not for me, because if I'm going to buy Lego now, I like it to be in a display. I'm not necessarily buying Lego to play with. And so the modular buildings look great, and really well detailed, $100, $200 Lego Star Wars spaceship sets also look great on hanging in a room or up on a big shelf where everyone can view them. That's kind of what Lego is for me now at this age that I'm in, Let's see, where were we? Lego themes about mining are the best, says Yoshi Dude. Yeah, no, they're definitely a lot of really cool ones for sure. Bionicle, Minecraft, yeah, Lego Minecraft is cool for sure. New Toa element, destruction by turning any foe into lime parts. Epic Adventures, that's funny, CMOS. Epic Adventures says Bionicle can't be G2 after G2 was retired, and they bring it back again 5 years later. That makes it G3 next time it comes back. Did I mess it up the way I was explaining it? My bad. Christopher Hulk says, what's your favorite all-time favorite villain? Oh, look, 29 people in the chat. That means some people just tuned in. Welcome. We are talking about the Bionicle 2021 news that just came out where Bricklink is working with Lego to produce a potential Bionicle set along with 30 other ideas. It's just a fascinating topic. It's something that broke today, and it technically means that for Bionicle fans, you can buy this set, crowdfunded and supported, and they think November 1st or something. So June 1st is when we can start supporting it, crowdfunding it, because now Sakota has to meet the requirements of it being melded with the Lego rules of no new pieces. You can't, essentially it has to be something that you could buy through like a rebrickable way of like pulling up Bricklink and finding all the pieces and price per piece. It's a really interesting process, but it technically means we can buy a Bionicle set. Bad Guy's best Bionicle villain says C-Moss. The Enchilada says, isn't Christian Faber making a sort of Bionicle continuation? Also, I think you'd really need a reboot Bionicle, but without it dumbing down like G2. I agree, and not exactly. Christian Faber, I love him, and Bionicle fans love him, and he loves Bionicle fans. What he's doing right now, it's not really a reboot. It's just like his own project, his own story, his thing that he keeps doing. I don't know. He's so weird. Like, I don't think he realizes, he's not doing it on purpose. I don't think he realizes he's making us all think that like there's going to be a new Bionicle project or story being told by him or something. No, it's really just a part of his graphic designing and ideas that he has. And he's been doing a lot of this like motion capture stuff for I think like a game or like a visual story. But you know, he's always inspired by Bionicle and posts really cool artwork, but I don't necessarily he's working on like a continuation per se, because I think it's between him and Greg to really figure that out. Yoshi dude, when it comes to G3, if it's system, I'm scared that it like a vehicle line like Ninjago and its successors. We'll see. Pterodax all the way, says Christopher. Danzig is a hobbit. Thanks for being here. I have been summoned. Also, I see mention of Christian Faber in the chat. I'm excited to see what's up. Yeah, that's what we're talking about. If you haven't yet, go ahead and just watch my video that I just uploaded. Basically 3.5 minutes going over what exactly is going on. Lego is partnering with Bricklink because they decided to let a couple of these projects, 31 in fact, one of them being Bionicle, get approved to the next stage of potentially being able to, for us adult fans of Lego, purchase them. And if it gets enough traction, like potentially be released in stores. So we'll see what happens. Danzig is a Hobbit says, yo, take my wallet. I agree. Epic Adventures, you might have messed it up the way you said it, Zach, but it's okay. Danzig is a Hobbit. Take my whole bank account, dude. Source Film Music says, I was planning to do a Minecraft server with World Painter, and the world was going to be the island of Matanui. Hopefully soon I want to get a better computer. TTV kind of did that. Good luck. That would be awesome, and I'd love to jump on that server. Yoshi Dude says, Christian Faber is intelligent and ignorant at the same time. I do kind of agree. You have to kind of take everything he says with a grain of salt. Dr. Beck, favorite telemetry set. Oh, we have another viewer. Thanks for coming in. We're talking about Bionicle 2021. But let's keep talking about this set. Have you guys seen the photos? Do I need to pull them up? Go to Lego Ideas or go to Bricklink's article, or just look at the photo that's in the thumbnail. Essentially it's kind of this modular, not exactly modular, but a like display that kind of shows 3 scenes, the beach and Matanui Awakening, I think Matoro as well. Basically a really cool idea by a fellow Bionicle fan and Lego Ideas enthusiast who created this idea, and it got the attention of Lego and Bricklink, and they're essentially just trying to put this out. So what do you guys think of the design? Do you like it? You know, I think the majority of us agree that we would support Bionicle either way, regardless of if it's system or construction, or if, you know, they do both, you know, in an interesting way. I think at the end of the day, we're all in support of whatever Lego decides to do. Hinaika boy, what's going on? This is amazing news. What? I just saw this now. Totally. If you want, go ahead and watch the video I just uploaded to get a little more of a deep dive into it. But we've been generally saying all the same things here on this chat, so you haven't missed much. Bionicle Forever, good to see you. Says, my wallet will be crying on June 1st, but I'm very excited. Yeah, because that's what we have to do, guys. We essentially have to haul ass, crowdfund the shit out of this creation, and this idea. We'll see what happens. I mean, yeah, it's a long time till June 1st. We have, what, 1, 2, 3 months or so? So it's going to be a while. But when it's ready, we will know about it. Favorite telemetry set, blah, blah, blah. Epic Adventure said, I made a real cool mock of Breeze. I'll release it and review it here soon. Awesome. Tiberius, Bionicle fans should pool our money and buy the rights from Bionicle from Lego to sell a movie studio. Right? But unfortunately, it's not that easy. Netgreen123, Big Mask. I love Bionicle. Good to see you here. If you're a new viewer, go ahead and subscribe. We do this weekly, if not by 2 times a week at least. Tomorrow I'm going to be hopefully filming Bionicle meme review, and I'm trying to make it really funny and have a fun time with it. Danzig is a Hobbit says, I have not seen them yet. I'll check it out. Bioscroll, never got any of the Toametru, but I'd say Vakama. Vakama was my favorite. Guinness Walker, can't stay long, but just came to say the set we're getting is pretty dope. Take it easy, Zach. Thanks for coming in, Guinness Walker, and writing in. Great to see you as well. Christopher Hogue says, I'd love to have a Motunui minifigure. Ned Green, Bionicle, forever. All right, we're at 22 viewers. Let's keep going. I'll go for another 10 minutes. Let's go till around 7 o'clock or so, and then I'll have to call it because we've been going for about 2 hours now. But what news, guys? Can you believe it? So, like, what do you think about this design? What do you think, is going to happen? Will you crowdfund it? What's kind of the limit on the money you would spend? Because I'm assuming it's going to be around a couple $100. I'd say minimum $250 to $300, which is kind of the average price of a set that, even while it might not contain over 2,000 pieces, which is just a general about $200, 10 cents a piece is a usual idea to gauge, a good idea to gauge Lego sets, because we'd be buying pieces independently through like Bricklink, which is like shipping per seller, unfortunately. Rebrickable has a way of making it work out pretty well for you, but it still does end up becoming pretty expensive. If you want to see a way that works, go ahead and watch my live stream that I did last week with my friend Thrawn's Revenge, or Thrawn's Terminal as he's known on YouTube. He makes a lot of Lego Star Wars mocks, but also other creations from various video games and Twitch streamers, and he does a lot of those little like mini like figurines of like famous people and cartoons. He did a Daft Punk one, I think. He's done a couple others. Go and check that video out that I did last week, live Lego talk with Thrawn's Terminal. And you can, if you want to see how you can go to Rebrickable, which is a place that people upload instructions, and you can buy the instructions from someone for like $15-20. And with those instructions, you can get the exact piece counts you need to buy from Bricklink, and it'll calculate exactly how much money you would be spending by organizing from the least amount of people to buy from to build said set. It's a really fascinating way to do just any sort of shopping for any sort of Lego, so I highly recommend checking that out. The Enchilada says, I think the set would be better if instead of focusing on 3 scenarios, it should just have a focus on Makuta versus Motunui scene. Says it never had a set. I could see that working. Definitely. Enchiladas, or I just read Enchilada. Netgreen123 says, meme review. Meme review. That's the whole thing. I'm just going to do that. Meme review. Meme review. Danzig is a Hobbit says, I just saw the photos. I like this. The beginning, the middle, and the end. I even saw a tiny Motunui stone in there. That's it. I'm going to get it, right? But here's the thing. That tiny Motunui stone doesn't exist. So he'd have to print that as like a sticker, and we put it on like a small stud or something. We'll see. Dr. Beck, most expensive Lego set you bought was, I think recently, the Town Assembly Square. This was a modular building. It was like $280. That might be the most expensive Lego I've bought. There are a couple I've bought with my roommate that we've split, but I'd say that's the most. And if I end up getting the Coliseum, that will have been the most expensive set I've ever bought. The Enchilada says, would the crowdfunding one have custom prints? I know it won't have new pieces. It's not allowed to. So this custom Lego set that has been pitched to Lego and Bricklink has to meet now, to make the January 1st crowdfunding stage, has to meet the requirements of no new prints, no new molds. So that does make it a little more challenging for sure. Not being able to make any new prints or molds, but we'll see what Sakota does. He kind of has his work cut out for him now. He was just in the chat at the beginning of this stream, which is pretty fascinating. That's interesting to me. I love it. Postnog Ognum says, is it going to be made of used parts from Bricklink? Yeah, I think that's the idea. That's for the first stage at least, before it maybe moves on to another stage. Christopher Hogue says, if you could be friends with any Bionicle villain, who would it be? I don't know. Zacton? I don't know. He's an interesting villain. I don't know why I would want to be friends with any Bionicle villains. Maybe, I don't even know. The white Makuta from 2008. What was his name? Like white and red, kind of bony, skinny one. Oh shoot, I can't believe you guys will be able to write it in the chat who I'm thinking of. But that Makuta, maybe because he has like a sort of change of heart. I believe it was him. I don't think it was Gorast. Someone had like a change of heart out of all of them, and I feel like that would make sense because that one could maybe see the good side of things. Danzig says it's my childhood, so it's worth every penny. I agree. Yoshi dude, what if we all support that big great spirit robot on Lego Ideas? I don't know. I mean, I've been asking people to support it. We've been trying. If anyone in this chat hasn't seen it, go to Lego Ideas and watch. There's a giant Machinui robot that's gotten, a heavy amount of support, but it just might not be enough, unfortunately. Because Lego Ideas, there's like this year alone, they like tripled in the amount of idea projects that are getting pitched. So we'll really have to wait and see. I want more, says Epic Adventures. Bionicle Parts Forever says, aren't the parts funded by Lego? I don't exactly know. Totally, Bionicle Forever. Willie Spark, if Lego actually gives Bionicle the 90th anniversary set, what do you think the set will be? My bet's a CCB up or a revamp of Tahu. I think it'll be system, a lot like what we're seeing right here, personally. Epic Adventures, I need Metro Nui. Dr. Beck, have you ever heard of Mercari? They sell cheap Bionicles. Yeah, but aren't they knockoff Bionicles? I've tried to use that app, but I haven't been the biggest fan of it because, I don't know. I haven't been the biggest fan of it. But that's just me. Krika. Yeah, see, I was going to say Kreka, but I was like, wait, Kreka is from Metro Nui 2005, but Krika, yeah, he was, if I'm remembering correctly, one of the Makuta that was like, kind of had a change of heart at the end, so I feel like that would be the one I'd want to be friends with. But Pterodax would be cool to get to know. But Pterodax is, he's a mastermind. Yeah, Gorast murdered him for it. Exactly. Postnut Ognum says, I'll support buy anything Bionicle at this point. Joey Portnoy, how's it going, man? Says, I will buy any product Lego makes with the Bionicle logo. I agree. Epic Adventure says, Cluta the Skull Grinder is who I would want to be friends with. Yeah, it's fascinating stuff, man. I really, guys, can't stress enough how insane this news was today. Obviously, I don't want to get my hopes up too intensely, but it's still pretty wild. You have to think about it. I don't know. Just like, I don't know. It means something. I think like the last couple weeks, or even it's been almost 2 months now, of the 90th anniversary and just everything that everyone's talking about, just it's adding up. I think it's resulting in there at least being Lego at least having the ability of recognizing that there's interest and recognizing there is a way here to kind of make it work. So yeah, and again, like a lot of this is my opinion, but I feel like a lot of people agree. It was just insane to see this news as it was laid out, which just kind of came out of nowhere in the middle of the day today. So pretty wild to see that, guys. It's exciting. What are people saying in the chat? Where'd you get the giant Calvin Fieldhouse? Good to see you, man. Thanks for being here. Where'd you get the giant Onua mask? I got it on eBay. I was Bionicle Universe. He's on Instagram. He's like a seller of old Bionicle stuff. Posted about it, and then I looked into it on through the Bionicle Facebook fan group page that I was a part of for about a year now. And basically, I saw that it was on eBay for about a couple $100, and which I thought was a steal because other people were selling it. It's like a Toys R Us display, I think, or a Lego store display, but other people were selling them for like $500-600. I was like, 150, 200 makes sense. So I went along and bought it, and for a while it was just sitting in my storage, but I hung it up here for when I started doing YouTube again, and it's been fun to have it here. Not a lot of people on YouTube, I think, can stream with this giant of a Kanoe behind them. Bionicle Forever. The thing that sucks is apparently the instructions are all online for these models. Apparently it doesn't feel like the official set as much. I do agree. It doesn't feel totally official, but it is, again, it's Lego acknowledging that they want to approve this being something that can be sold, and it's one of their IPs, they wouldn't normally let this happen. Enchilada says it would be interesting to find the weirdest bootleg Bionicle comparing it to the real deal. People have done that. There are people on YouTube who buy fake Bionicles and review them. It's pretty funny. CMOS says, imagine you have to buy all the parts separately. I mean, ideally, that's kind of what we might have to do. But like I said, if you watch my interview that I did with my friend Thrawn's Revenge, or Thrawn's Terminal as he's known on YouTube, an old friend of mine that I grew up with, name's Yoni, amazing guy. He goes over how you can essentially use Rebrickable and Bricklink to put together a list of the cheapest way to buy each individual piece through Bricklink. It gets you the cheapest store with the cheapest shipping and like the most amount of pieces that one store sells to kind of bundle them all together. And it gives you a general idea of how much it actually costs. It's always about double than what a normal Lego set would be. So let's say that this set that is, running right now that we've been talking about all today, let's say this one that Sakota made has 1,500 pieces. Instead of being about 140, 150 bucks, the set's probably going to be more like 180, 200, if not $300 to make through Bricklink. And that's just the reality of it all. Epic Adventures says, I agree on everything you're saying. You're awesome, man. Thanks, man. Bionicle Forever, do you have any other Bricklink sets that you may get? The Forest Men set I'll get depending on the price. There are a handful of them. The modular buildings definitely intrigue me. But if you guys haven't heard, and like maybe I make a video on this, it's just Lego, but you know that I love modular buildings and Marvel, Star Wars, Lord of the Rings. It sounds like they're releasing the Benatar, which is a ship from Guardians of the Galaxy. They might be releasing like a $150, $200 version of that. I'm going to have to buy that. And then they're also doing a Daily Bugle modular set that's going to be like $300. So it's going to be huge, like the Sanctum Sanctorum, but like the size of like almost like the Ghostbusters set they released a while back, the big building, which would look great amongst my Lego City and my modulars. So I'm going to have to maybe save some money for that as well. It sounds awesome. Christopher Hogue says, I'd love to bring back the Paraka, only have them return as clumsy, bumbling idiots. Kyler Nuva, the Parakas weren't already clumsy. Bumbling idiots? Christopher Hogue says, only in Bionicle Heroes. The Man in Black says, yo, yo. Kyler Nuva says, Bionicle fan. My fave villains are Paraka and Baraki. Paraka, Baraki, always fighting each other. 21 viewers. Okay, so we've been going for about 2 hours now. I think I'm going to go ahead and stop streaming for a bit so I can get the rest of my life together because it's 7 o'clock, and for almost 7 hours now I've just been working on Bionicle content. So without further ado, thanks for being here, guys. Thanks for supporting the video that I uploaded today. As I said, I will be letting you guys know the news as it unfolds and unravels. This is just pretty fascinating to me. So thanks for being here in the live stream. Thanks everyone for writing in. I've enjoyed this. We've had a lot of people tuning in and out, a lot of people checking out my video. If you haven't yet, go ahead and like this video. Go ahead and like my last one. Subscribe if you haven't yet, because we're doing this every week, if not 2 times a week at least. It's one of my favorite things to do right now. So, man, Bionicle, it's, from what I can tell at least, it's definitely somewhat back in some shape or form, regardless of it being a small fan base or not. It's here. Our hearts are strong. We are one with Matanui. Rose, Jenna, Prieto Ares, hello, no, but we are with Infinite. Huh? Chocolate says, this news made my day. Chocolate, good to see you. I'm sorry I'm ending the stream now. We've talked a lot about interesting stuff, and a lot of guys you've had me talk about. Go ahead, once I finish this stream, click back on this video link, and you can start from the beginning. We've been going on for about 2 hours now, so I do have to let you guys go, but it's been a great day. Peace out, guys. Yeah, it's been wild. I don't even know. It's hard to put into words exactly how I was feeling today when I found out through Duckbrick's video that, like, this is a legit possibility. But it's exciting, to say the least. It's very exciting, and I think everyone would agree. So until next time, I'll see you guys later on the next BioTalk Live.